Controls are very simple. You shoot and you reload. There are two ways to reload. The normal method is by shaking the Wiimote. There's an alternate reload that's performed by pressing the A button. However, you can only do this with certain weapons. Unlike most other games, you have no life bar. You get shot, a bullet hole appears on screen. Accumulate 3 bullet holes, and you're dead. Fortunately, the number of bullet holes resets after each stage. If you die, you can continue. You have 4 continues. New to this game are checkpoints. If you die, you'll restart at the last checkpoint. In 2-player mode, each player roughly alternates getting hit. Doesn't quite always work out like that, but the players will never be more than 1 hit apart from each other. If one player dies, he sits out the rest of the stage. If both players die, you have to continue. If the other player manages to beat the stage, the other player comes back. Exclamation points mark enemies that are about to shoot you, usually. Unfortunately, there's no science behind this. There's no way to tell just how dangerous someone is. It could appear right before an enemy shoots you, or it could appear several seconds before. Sometimes they won't even appear at all. Unlike the first game, or at least the original WiiWare version, destructible exploding objects will kill nearby enemies, which in many cases is anyone on the screen. Vehicles have their own life bars. Some barrels explode with 1 hit. Others will burst into flame with 1 shot. They will explode either shortly thereafter or immediately if they're damaged again. You earn points by shooting things. That's it. There's no other criteria like accuracy that factors into this. Killing an enemy is worth 10 points in single player mode. In 2-player mode, kills are worth 15 points apiece, because the players have to share kills now. There are also bonuses that grant points, helpfully displayed on screen so I won't be redundant stating them. Most of them the criteria is obvious, but I'll tell you anyway. Awarded for killing a flamethrower enemy. Awarded for killing a distant terrorist. This one seems self-explanatory, but I'm pretty certain the enemies are predetermined. I don't think the game consistently determines who's long distance from you. This one is awarded for blowing up military jeeps. In case you don't know, UAZ is actually a real company. I wonder if they know their vehicles are being used by terrorists and blown up by you. Awarded for blowing up barrels. Awarded for destroying a truck. Awarded for destroying either a pickup or a car. Awarded for blowing up the parked helicopter. I said the because there's only one in the entire game. Awarded for destroying anything that does not qualify for anything before. Honestly, the only thing I know that counts for sure are the flower pots in the mansion. Awarded for killing 3 terrorists in rapid succession. Awarded for killing 4 terrorists in rapid succession. Awarded for killing 5 terrorists in rapid succession. I'm pretty certain this is the max and there's nothing higher than this. Awarded for shooting a teammate. Awarded is in air quotes, because yes, that's a negative sign. You don't want to get this one. Awarded for destroying the helicopter at the end of the game. At the end of the game, you get a medal depending on your performance, which the game helpfully lists, so I'll just let it explain itself. Yeah, good fucking luck beating this game without getting hit. And now let's segue into the power-ups. Technically speaking, there are no proper power-ups. You just simply get better weapons by scoring high. You start off as a private with an SMG, presumably an MP5. In this game, with the exception of the sniper rifle, all the guns are fully automatic. Well, at least this time they gave you some decent equipment. Earn enough points, you become private first class, and you get another SMG. This one with 50 bullets a magazine. Man, a submachine gun with 50 bullets? We're getting ridiculous already. Become corporal and you get an assault rifle. which looks an awful lot to me like an XM8. I guess it came to pass in this version of history. The magazine's still 50 rounds, but it does shoot faster. It's slightly better. Become sergeant and you apparently just get another rifle with an attachment. Apparently for a grenade launcher, even though you can't actually use it. Well, apparently it also comes with a bigger magazine, because now you have 70 bullets. Staff Sergeant gives you a new rifle. It also has 70 bullets, but it allows for alternate reloads, as do subsequent weapons. Master Sergeant gives you either a new rifle or a modded one. Now don't ask me how, but it can hold 90 bullets. If you manage to make it to Sergeant Major, you get what appears to be a machine gun, which can carry a whopping 150 rounds. But if it's a machine gun, that actually makes sense. Nearly everyone you encounter in this game behaves like this. They pop out, they shoot at you unless you shoot them first. One shot will kill them. For the most part, you have to kill these guys to proceed. There are a few guys that don't have to be killed. There are a few guys that don't have to be killed and aren't actually threats. They're free kills. Unlike the first game, some of the enemies that run across the screen can actually shoot you. What's more, some of the characters you pass by while on the move can in fact shoot you this time around. Strangely enough, there also seems to be a few enemies that can't hurt you, but you do have to kill them to proceed. Some enemies carry flamethrowers. By all accounts, they're just regular enemies. However, these guys always strike fast, so make sure to kill them first. You also get a bonus for each one you kill. This one's an obvious one, but shoot anybody you can. You want to earn as many points as possible in this game because you'll get better weapons. Know who to shoot first. Obviously go for the enemies who have exclamation points. However, some guys just plain will shoot faster than others. Although there's no apparent way to distinguish deadliness, you can easily recognize who's a threat. All enemies who appear in the same areas have the same threat level. If a guy pops out from the right side of the screen and shoots you right away, you know to shoot anybody who pops out of the right screen. Now, as the game itself says, the closer an enemy is to you, the more likely they are to be dangerous. Always use the alternate reload if it's available. May not seem like a big deal at first, but believe me, being able to reload without moving your cursor is very important in the later stages, especially if you're still using a weapon with a relatively low capacity. Now, while the explosions will kill nearby enemies, exploding objects have a nasty tendency to leave behind flames and smoke that make it hard to see deadly enemies. In some cases, you might want to consider not touching them. As with the first game, if you find the game too hard, try playing in 2-player mode. Obviously, you could have a friend help you, or you could just use 2 guns for double the firepower. You could also just simply use the second player as an extra 3 hits. It may not sound like much, but trust me, it's a huge difference. Fortunately, this time around, 2-player mode does make the enemies considerably more dangerous. The extra hits still do make up for it, in my opinion. And that should be everything you need to know. Time to go to work. See you when the walkthrough proper.